Pixar movies whose ending you misunderstood, part 1. If you watched Up and said that the first 10 minutes are the only good part, congratulations, you misunderstood the film. If you were one of those people who is passionately upset about Pixar making a sequel short about Carl going on a date, then you definitely misunderstood the ending. Look, the married life montage in Up is undoubtedly a masterpiece. I have it in my top 3 animated sequences of all time. But that is a prologue, not the whole story. Carl's entire arc revolves around him learning to accept grief and move on from his life with Ellie. Because every aspect of his life revolved around Ellie and her personality and her interests, taking that away from Carl means he has to learn what he actually values in life. And he's irritated and grouchy in the film when things go contrary to getting him that perfect ending. Charles Muntz is the manifestation of how obsessively pursuing your dreams for decades does not lead to happiness. Carl only begins to connect with Russell when he discovers that they are both experiencing some kind of loneliness. And in the film, he goes from sacrificing the safety of this child to save his possessions to destroying his possessions to save this child. But ultimately, the most important scene in Up is not the opening montage, it's the scene when Carl is reading Ellie's adventure book. Because that is the moment when he realizes that what Ellie wanted was not the adventure she never got, but the life that she ultimately lived. There's a reason why Up was the second animated film in history to be nominated for Best Picture. In fact, many speculate that the reason that they expanded it from 5 to 10 nominees that year was so that Up had a chance of getting nominated. But it received all those accolades because of the whole film, not because of a 4-minute montage to a beautiful Michael Giacchino score. As for Carl's date, anyone who is remarried after losing a spouse will tell you that it's not a betrayal to the first spouse to move on and continue to live a fulfilled life. And based on the note that Ellie leaves at the end of her adventure book, we know that it is exactly what she would have wanted. A slice of life series like Dug Days is really the only appropriate way that you could continue Up because it's showing that Carl is finally relaxed and is enjoying the kind of life that Ellie would want him to be living.